Your society is one of the oldest and most respected voluntary professional organizations in the country. The very fact that for 73 years after its founding, the society is still vibrant and energetic is indication of your ability to constantly reinvent yourself, stay relevant, and add value to your members. My respect for the chartered accountant fraternity began when early in my career at Wipro, I took the help of CA costing textbook to better understand the cost structure of our Vanaspati factory through standard costing and variance analysis. Over the next several decades, working with some of the finest chartered accountants in Wipro only increased this respect. Today, Wipro is the home to over 1,000 finance professionals, a vast majority of whom are chartered accountants. Not only have the finance professionals in our company excelled in their core functional areas, but many of them have gone on to lead and build successful careers as CEOs. I've been asked to speak to you today on professional excellence and social responsibility. While at the first glance it may seem that these two are separate streams of thoughts, it is not so. Any success that is attained on professional front is to be seen within the context of our social structure. Similarly, all initiatives we take for the betterment of our society needs to be pursued with the same rigor we associate with excellence in our professional domain. Let me expand on this with a few lessons from my journey in business and philanthropy. Let me first talk about focus. Focus allows one to build expertise and optimize resources. Many years ago at Wipro, we decided that we would be in three businesses only: technology, consumer, and infrastructure. Over the last 4 decades, our relentless focus on becoming better in these businesses and not distracting ourselves by flavor of the season business has helped us achieve and create a truly winning organization. Similarly, in our foundation, we have chosen that we want our work to be focused on work on the ground to improve the lives of the most undeserved. This focus has helped us build a series of initiatives across domains that are executed by our teams as well as by our partners. Second is the importance of execution. In a simplest sense, execution is all about drawing up action plans, adequately resourcing them, monitoring progress, and revising the plans based on feedback. This is easily understood in the business context. However, it is just as critical in the social sector too. To give an example, when COVID-19 pandemic hit us last year, we drew up a comprehensive set of plans in humanitarian as well as healthcare aspects. We organized grassroots teams comprising of our 1,600 full-time employees, 55,000 employees of our partners, 10,000 teachers, and 2,500 alumni of our university. We also committed 1125 crores for COVID relief. As our work as well as our situation evolved, we realized that focus on universal vaccination was just as important as other initiatives. So we have added that as a key element of our COVID relief strategy and committed an additional 1,000 crores for it. The third thing I want to touch upon is trust. Trust is invisible and sometimes nebulous. However, absence of trust is often loud and clear. Building trust with your stakeholders is one of the most difficult tasks for any organization. It is about consistently walking the talk on our values, acting with the highest standard of integrity and transparency. One of the learnings in our foundation's journey is that partners who have built and sustained trust of the communities they work in are significantly more effective in a much shorter time frame in bringing about social change. Unfortunately, the reverse is equally true. Focus, execution, and trust are essential ingredients for success in a business, as well as social spheres of life. However, when it comes to addressing social problems of our country, there are many unique lessons that I have learned. Let me share 3 of these with you. First, we live in a very big country, both numerically and geographically. Consequently, every problem we have also tends to affect a very large number of persons in absolute terms. For instance, when we find a solution to a problem that covers 95% of the population, it still doesn't solve for 69 million people of our fellow citizens. And there are only 20 countries in the world that have a total population of 69 million. This implies that to improve the lives of the most marginalized requires significant tenacity and perseverance. Secondly, the problems that our country faces are extremely complex. In fact, I think that addressing social changes is a lot more complex than running a fairly large business. We have to be prepared to deal with conflicting but equally valid demands, building consensus often as we move just one step at a time with no visibility of the final solution. This calls for a high degree of patience and loads of humility. Thirdly, it is important for us to partner with the government and public systems as much as possible. In our experience, by and large, officials of the public systems have the right intentions, incredible reach, and unmatched resources. They are often handicapped by absence of domain capability and or challenges of the bureaucratic machinery. By partnering with the government and complementing each other's capability, we have the best chance of maximizing impact, institutionalizing change. The main implications of the above lessons are that all of us need to engage with social issues around us, and we need to engage with it as early as possible. I'm sure every one of us in this virtual room realizes how privileged we are relative to many thousands of our fellow citizens. It is our duty to chip in to improve the lot of those not so privileged. Further, we need to get into it as soon as possible. Just as we need to work in our physical fitness from a young age rather than later in life, it is equally critical that we start to work with our social fitness early too. In fact, if I have one regret in my own philanthropic journey, is that I wish I had started a foundation much earlier than I actually did. It is only when we come together in this way we realize the dream of a just, equitable, humane, and sustainable society as envisioned in our Indian Constitution. I thank you again for this opportunity and wish you the very best and all safety.